Guys, welcome to today's video. I've got my arms folded because we're going to be talking about a topic that makes me want to fold my arms, because we had a situation exactly like this in the month of November. We made an uphill battle for ourselves to turn a profit in November. The topic today is letting a profit turn into a loss. A cardinal sin in my book, both in terms of an individual trade, but also your month as a whole. Okay? Now, what do I mean by that? Let's look at an individual trade for a start. Okay? You can be in profit. You've got to be following your trade management, and you've got to be following it strictly. Okay? So I'm not talking about a marginal profit. I'm talking about a profit that is within your risk management, within your trade management. You cannot break your rules. If you set your trade management to de-risk at 2%, then damn well de-risk at 2%. Make sure you do what you say you're going to do. You've got to, there are trades that will get close and will become losses. That's part of trading. It's just when they hit our benchmark is 2%. Okay, as soon as it hits 2%, we de-risk the trade. And we might do that a little bit earlier if we're going into a nighttime period, if we're going to be hitting the sack and not looking at our trades, looking at our charts for 8 hours. And nobody can survive by phones and alarms pinging and dinging all night, because it's just not healthy. Okay, so we don't do that. We'll de-risk a little bit earlier, and then we'll put the risk back on the next day to give it the headroom. But we never, wherever we can possibly, let a profitable trade become a loss. Equally, our month, okay, and it happened this month. It happened because instructions weren't followed, and it happened because the analysis became emotive. Okay, and I'll talk about that in a bit more detail in a later video. And I'll tell you what happened, okay? So instructions weren't followed. I was told my traders, get out of this trade, get out of it now, okay? And they didn't. They let it run, and it became a 1% loss for us. Now, what I'm talking about here is we were in a 4% profit. I said, get out of it, protect our capital, okay? Protect our profitable position. Also, reading the chart, I could see that it was going to turn against us. That was my experience of reading charts, 12 years of reading charts on a technical basis. I could see that this trade was not going to work out. And sometimes you've just got to go with that and make that decision. Now, if we weren't in a 4% profit, I may well have let the trade run, because that is what we do. Okay, that's the model, that is the strategy. Equally, I may have closed it. Who knows? We never know until we're in the reality of the situation. But we didn't close the trade. It was a 1% loss. It put us into a 3% profit, so we knocked 1% off. Then my traders decided to trade a couple of trades that were just not worthy of even looking at, in my opinion. This all happened during a couple of days when I was in hospital with my son, making sure that he was okay, going through an operation that he had. So I was out of the business, and it's opened up some gaps for us within our trading floor that we need to focus on. And I need to impart my experience to my traders to make sure that they are always improving, always getting better, always aiming to trade like a pro. Okay, that's the aim. We want to trade like a pro. So we turned a profit into a loss, and of course we've got to work hard. We've got to grind that out, and we have done. And we've turned it back into a profit. But I say, why make life hard for yourself? It's got to be simple, okay? 4% profit for us gives our clients what they want, and it gives us a very, very, very nice profit for us, over and above any overhead we have in this business, because of the amount of money that we're trading. Now, that may not be relevant to you. You may be looking for more profit, and we are as well. We're looking for a lot more profit on a monthly basis, but that is our minimum. 2 for client, 2 for us. Anything above that is a bonus. What I can't afford is to go below that, because that is breaking that cardinal rule of letting a profit turn into a loss. So you've got to manage your trades. You've got to de-risk ahead of high impact economic data. You've got to de-risk your trades if they're in profit before you go to bed, because you just don't know what's going to happen, right? It might go on, it might make 3%, it might go on and hit 2%. As long as you've got to make a judgment call where it is and where it's going. I hope that makes sense. We'll cover that in more detail on another video. So make sure you're up to date with everything. Make sure you've got a stop loss in place. All those things, all those disciplines that we teach at the Trading Academy to make sure that you can trade like a pro. If you don't leave, if you don't have, can you edit that? Yeah, okay. So look, if you don't have access to high impact news and the kind of things that I'm talking about, some of the trade management techniques, make sure that you subscribe to Coffee with Steph on the link below, and we're going to share some of that information with you. We're even going to share with you some of the trades that we're entering as well. They're not recommendations, let me be clear about that. We are not regulated and licensed to make trading recommendations, but I'm happy to tell you what we're doing. Whatever you decide to do with that information is your call. So we share them for free. I'm happy to do that because our mission is to create as many pro traders as we can over the next 5 years, and we look forward to working with you to do that.